listen. Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Get on baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
Okay, it's one of my favorite topics, the art of telling someone they're going to the major leagues.
Yeah.
Are you better at it than you have been when you first started?
Oh, for sure. I think you always improve at it. I mean, dating back to 2022, that was my first time being in AAA, which is really the first level where you manage that, where you give that kind of news. But definitely improved, I think.
Who was the first one?
Oh gosh, now you're putting me on the spot.
Oh, it's all right.
That was 3 years ago. I honestly don't remember who my first one was.
It's like it's sort of a. If you asked me to do it,
yeah,
I'd be nervous. And because it's such a big moment.
Yeah.
And we're not even. I don't even know if they integrate social media. It's like if they plant the camera in the corner of the planter.
We did that this year with Booser just because of the special circumstance of it. And then Jamie here recently probably would have done something similar, but we had a day game that day and the big league club was at night, so we didn't find out till we had already left the ballpark.
Well, before we go on. You realize, I don't know if you're offended, Jamie didn't have your number in his phone.
No, I'm not because I communicate with them mostly through the app we have, Teamworks,
okay.
Which is basically a direct line to be able to text them through that. So most of them I don't have some of their numbers in my phone because I know I can get a hold of them through that. So no, not at all offended. Happy that he called me right back.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So
Yeah.
they were talking about obviously Jamie Westbrook, and which is one of the most momentous ones.
Yeah.
A guy in 11 years in the minor leagues. And by the way he described it was well executed on your part.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he said I know that a lot of managers have wanted to tell you this,
Yeah.
but I'm honored to be able to tell you this. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly. It was essentially that I'm sure there's a couple of managers before me that probably would wanted to be the ones to give him that news, and I'm privileged to be the one that I get to. And I know that for a fact because I know Shelley Duncan quite well, who's with the Yankees in Scranton. And I spoke with Shelley when we acquired Jamie and asked him questions like I always do if I know somebody, and just raved about Jamie Westbrook, the person, the player, and actually said man, I really wanted to give him the call, really badly wanted to do it.
So when he doesn't pick up, I mean, because you're ready to go, right?
Yeah.
That must have been a little unnerving.
A little bit, but actually my first instinct was I kind of knew he probably is not used to seeing a random number dial him. He used to hearing me on Teamworks. So my first instinct was just go get a hold of him on Teamworks, and as soon as I did, he called me right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So to go back to it, you've become better at it.
Yeah.
When you did it, maybe you don't remember the first. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I actually don't remember the first one. It was in 2022. Yeah. Somebody in 20, but we've sent so many over the course of the last 3 years, I can't pinpoint which one.
Do you remember the one that you remember the reaction to the most?
Honestly, Booser.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, whenever that was, and when we sent Booser, because of the way we were able to set it up and actually plant the camera, we know what he had been through in his career to get there, and just to see the emotions pour down his face, that was definitely one of the most memorable ones.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But are you a play it off guy?
Yeah, we tried in that one, especially because we knew it was. We knew that one was basically we knew it was happening. We knew we had a plant on the camera. That was more let's bring him in and kind of play it off and talk about something unrelated, the next series or something, and then drop it on him, which made it all the more better. And he kind of, when we finished, turned the camera off. He kind of said, gave me an expletive heck you for doing that, but that one was really fun.
Well, the great thing is we love breaking down film, and you can break down film we talked about Buck Britton coming on, and they Rushman is a classic one, right?
Yeah.
You can break down films. It's okay,
yeah,
all right, this is how they do it.
Yeah, well, you can see if you look at yourself doing would I do that any better next time?
But how would you break down your Booser video?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
As long as that video, the whole video is long because we had it set up and we were waiting to Dan DeLucia was going to find him, get him in there. So it was long, and there's probably stuff you could cut out at the beginning, but we were setting it up and Flo was in there. We had as much staff in there as we could get because we care about that kid a lot. And but I thought it was pretty well executed.
The last thing is, so the meat and potatoes of this.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you hit on all the right things. And that's another thing, because it's like anything where you're like, oh, man, I forgot to say this, or I didn't do that. What are some of the things so how does it work? So take me through sort of the thought process. So I don't know if Brez or Brian Abraham or whoever who gets in touch with you, okay, this is the move we're going to make. Yeah. And now take me behind the scenes.
Yeah, and mostly that's Abe's, obviously there's communication going on between Abe's and Brez and whoever's involved in that up top, and most of the time it's Abe's is the one that's letting me know, hey, we're going to call up so-and-so, need to let him know. That's not most of the time, that's almost all the time. In that case, Brez and Alex and some other people were involved just because they knew how special the moment was and they wanted to kind of see the video and things like that. So there was more involvement in that one. But usually it comes Abe's directly to me to let me know that we have to talk to somebody. And then
you're sort of, okay, I want to hit on this, I want to hit on that,
yeah,
I want to hit on this.
I mean, there's things that you might want to just brush up on, maybe things that we've been working on here, like, hey, don't forget about X, Y, and Z when you go up there. And if there's any hey, make sure you got, Alex has rules about having pants on the road, looking presentable, touch on stuff like that. Make sure you're getting on the first, but whatever we can bring up that we can think of that's important for them to kind of smooth their transition and take things off their mind when they get there, we'll touch on that stuff. But mostly it's just like, be yourself, don't change. It's just a game. And don't think just because now it's at the major league level and there's more people watching that you have to change what you do. Just go up there and be the same guy.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, last thing is Wasabi hot cloud storage question. Hot or not, going to movies by yourself?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've done that plenty of times.
All right. Yeah. It's a very polarizing topic.
No,
right?
I do that all the time, especially during the season if my family's not here and you get a day game and you're I got two choices. You sit in the apartment and stare at the ceiling and wait for the next game, or maybe you go watch a movie. Heck yeah, that's definitely in.
All right, perfect.